New England Patriots. Tom Brady didn't just win for New England, he changed what winning meant. Drafted 199th overall, he became the greatest quarterback ever, leading the Patriots to 6 Super Bowl titles and redefining consistency. Fans adored him because he wasn't flashy, he was surgical. Brady played with a quiet fury, always outworking everyone, always proving doubters wrong. Every comeback, every clutch drive felt personal for Patriots Nation. He stayed humble in victory and obsessed with improvement, a reflection of New England's blue-collar grit. Even when he left for Tampa, fans couldn't hate him. They just missed him. He gave them 2 decades of dominance and pride. That kind of legacy doesn't fade. It defines an entire generation of football. Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes became Kansas City's dream come true. A franchise once cursed with heartbreak now has a quarterback who feels unstoppable. Mahomes plays with swagger but never arrogance, and fans love how he makes impossible throws look effortless. He brought style to substance, backyard creativity mixed with football genius. From no-look passes to last-minute comebacks, he delivers cinematic moments weekly. He's already brought 3 Super Bowls and turned Arrowhead into the loudest, happiest place in football. Off the field, he's humble, loyal, and Kansas City through and through. Mahomes isn't just a star, he's family to that city. And with every trophy, every smile, every sideline wave, the love only grows stronger. Minnesota Vikings. Randy Moss made football in Minnesota feel electric again. When he took the field, you could sense something special was about to happen. He played with raw, unapologetic emotion, burning defenders and backing it up every time. Vikings fans loved that edge. He wasn't trying to fit in, he was trying to dominate. Moss brought swagger to a franchise that needed fire, and he delivered highlight after highlight. His deep ball chemistry with Randall Cunningham and Dante Culpepper made Sundays feel like a fireworks show. Fans still replay those 1998 games like they just happened yesterday. Even his attitude became part of the culture. Bold, fearless, and unforgettable. Moss didn't just play for Minnesota, he was Minnesota. Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers was never just a quarterback. He was a magician in shoulder pads. He turned Lambeau Field into a stage, pulling off throws that made physics blush. Fans loved him because he didn't just win. He made it look beautiful. His calm confidence, clutch comebacks, and disdain for mediocrity embodied the Packers' identity. Rodgers was unpredictable in the best way, capable of erasing deficits in seconds. The connection he had with Jordy Nelson, Davante Adams, and that green and gold crowd was pure theater. Even in controversy, fans defended him because greatness is complicated, and Rodgers gave them years of it. When he walked onto the frozen tundra, every Packer fan believed they were about to witness something historic. Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Green wasn't just a player, he was the heartbeat of Pittsburgh. When the Steelers were down, he was the one who made them believe. His ferocity on the defensive line defined the Steel Curtain era and the city itself. Fans loved him because he played like he was protecting Pittsburgh's pride. The Mean Joe nickname didn't mean he was cruel, it meant he demanded greatness. His famous Coke commercial showed the softer side that fans cherished, cementing him as a folk hero. Green's leadership set the tone for 4 Super Bowl titles and a dynasty built on grit. To this day, the Steelers' toughness traces back to him. In Pittsburgh, Joe Green isn't a memory, he's a legend. San Francisco 49ers. Jerry Rice was perfection in motion. Every route was poetry, every catch precise, every touchdown inevitable. Fans didn't just love him for his stats, they loved his obsession with work. He ran hills while others rested, practiced longer than anyone, and made excellence look routine. Rice became the gold standard for what it meant to be a 49er. He turned Joe Montana's and Steve Young's passes into masterpieces, and made San Francisco football synonymous with greatness. Even years later, fans still call him the greatest ever, not just for his numbers, but for how he made them feel. Watching Rice play wasn't just sport, it was art. And in San Francisco, art lasts forever. Chicago Bears. Walter Payton wasn't just sweetness, he was soul. He ran with grace, power, and purpose, carrying not just the ball, but the pride of Chicago. Fans adored him because he never quit, even when the team around him struggled. Every stiff arm, every hurdle, every yard after contact was a love letter to the city. Peyton smiled through punishment, played through pain, and always gave more than he had to. His humility matched his brilliance. He didn't talk much. He just worked, and Bears fans saw themselves in that. Decades after his final carry, his legacy still inspires every player who wears navy and orange. Sweetness wasn't just loved, he was worshipped. Dallas Cowboys. Emmitt Smith ran like every inch mattered. He wasn't the biggest or fastest, but Cowboys fans loved that about him. He represented determination, the kind you can't measure at the combine. Emmitt's balance, heart, and refusal to fall made him the face of the 90s dynasty. Behind that star-studded line, he built an empire of effort. 3 rings, the all-time rushing record, and endless highlights. Fans respected how he kept showing up, game after game, never taking a playoff. When he cried after breaking the record, it felt like Dallas cried with him. He wasn't just a running back. He was proof that hard work and heart could beat raw talent any day. Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders played football like it was jazz. Unpredictable, fluid, and breathtaking. He didn't need trash talk or celebration. His run said everything. Lions fans adored him for his humility, just as much as his magic. Every game, he'd make 10 defenders miss, then hand the ball to the ref like it was no big deal. In a franchise defined by frustration, Barry was joy personified. Fans tuned in just to see what he'd do next. His early retirement broke hearts, but also made him mythical. He walked away on his terms, a symbol of grace and chaos. In Detroit, no one blames him. They just thank him for every unforgettable moment. Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino didn't need a Super Bowl to earn Miami's love. He had their hearts the second he picked up a football. His release was lightning, his confidence unmatched, and his arm pure legend. Fans loved his fire, the way he'd jaw at defenders and smile after threading impossible passes. He carried flawed teams into contention with sheer talent. The city saw him as one of their own, a fighter who gave everything every Sunday. Even decades later, his name still echoes in Hard Rock Stadium chants. Marino was Miami's golden age and remains its standard. But first, only cool people are subscribed to this channel, so hit that subscribe button before we go any further. Denver Broncos. John Elway was Denver's quarterback, icon, and savior all in one. Fans loved his toughness, the way he stared down impossible odds and always found a way to win. From the drive in Cleveland to back-to-back Super Bowls, Elway made Broncos football feel destined. He wasn't loud or cocky, he was composed, competitive, and clutch. Even when Denver fell short in the early years, the city never stopped believing in him. His late career titles felt like shared redemption between player and fans. Elway didn't just represent the Broncos, he was Denver itself. Every kid in Colorado wanted to wear number 7. Every parent still tells stories about his grit. That's what love looks like in football form. Baltimore Ravens. Ray Lewis was more than a linebacker. He was the heartbeat of Baltimore. His pregame speeches felt like sermons, his tackles like thunderclaps. Fans adored how he turned every game into a war fought for pride and city. He led by emotion, by example, and by pure intensity. The Ravens' identity, tough, loyal, relentless, mirrored his. 2 Super Bowl rings and countless big hits made him a legend, but it was his leadership that truly bonded him with the city. Baltimore rallied behind his fire, believing every word he shouted. When he retired, it felt like an era ending, not just a career. Ray Lewis didn't just play for Baltimore, he embodied its heartbeat. Las Vegas Raiders. Bo Jackson was football's impossible dream. Part myth, part reality. Raiders fans didn't just love him, they worshipped him. Every carry looked like a highlight reel from another planet. His mix of power and speed was something no one had ever seen. He wasn't around long, but that only added to his legend. The image of Bo breaking through defenders in silver and black is forever burned into Raiders history. Fans loved that he represented rebellion, strength, and swagger, all the things their franchise stood for. Bo didn't talk much, he just dominated, and when injury ended it too soon, it made the love even stronger. Some heroes burn fast, but they never fade. Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Kelce became the living, breathing soul of Philadelphia. He wasn't just a center, he was an attitude. Fans loved how he talked like them, fought like them, and celebrated like them. Kelce played with grit, humor, and unfiltered passion. His Super Bowl parade speech, wearing a mummer's outfit and yelling through the mic, became city folklore. Every snap he played felt personal, as if he was defending Philly's reputation. He connected generations of fans, from blue-collar diehards to kids wearing his jersey. Off the field, his humility and charity work made him even more loved. Kelce didn't just represent the Eagles, he was Philadelphia, beard, grit, and all. Seattle Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch didn't care about fame. He cared about running through your face. Fans adored his honesty, his stubbornness, and his refusal to play the media's game. Beast Mode became more than a nickname. It was a lifestyle. Every run was violent poetry, breaking tackles and breaking wills. Seahawks fans loved that he embodied Seattle's rebellious streak. He gave them one of the greatest runs in NFL history and a Super Bowl ring to remember. Even his silence in interviews became legendary. He was real, raw, and unforgettable. Marshawn didn't just run for yards, he ran for respect. In Seattle, nobody will ever forget the roar of beast mode. New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees rebuilt a franchise and a city. After Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans needed hope, and Brees became the face of it. Fans loved him not just for his records, but for his heart. He made them believe again, throwing touchdowns like prayers answered in real time. His accuracy, leadership, and consistency made the Saints a contender every year. Off the field, he poured himself into the community, donating, rebuilding, and staying loyal. When the Saints won the Super Bowl, the celebration felt bigger than football. It felt like healing. Brees gave New Orleans more than wins. He gave them joy, pride, and identity. That's why they'll love him forever. Cleveland Browns. Jim Brown was strength, speed, and dominance in one man. Cleveland fans didn't just admire him, they were in awe. He played with such fury and grace that he seemed untouchable. In an era of grit and grind, Jim Brown made it look effortless. He carried the franchise on his back, setting records that still stand decades later. Fans loved how he never backed down, how he turned every carry into a statement. He made the Browns relevant, feared, and respected. Even after he retired young, his legacy only grew. To Cleveland, Jim Brown isn't a memory. He's a monument, the standard every player still chases. Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning was precision in a helmet. Colts fans loved him because he was the ultimate student of the game, commanding, witty, and unstoppable. He turned Indianapolis from overlooked to elite. Every audible, every look-off, every touchdown to Marvin Harrison or Reggie Wayne felt like watching genius unfold. He made winning look methodical but thrilling. Fans appreciated his humor, his loyalty, and how he always gave credit to others. Manning didn't just win games. He built a culture of excellence that still defines the Colts. When he lifted that Lombardi trophy, it wasn't just his. It belonged to the entire city of Indianapolis. New York Giants. Eli Manning was never loud, but his moments were. Giants fans loved him for his calm under chaos. 2 Super Bowl wins over Tom Brady turned him from underdog to immortal. He wasn't flashy. He was clutch, awkward, and genuine in a way that felt real. New York can be harsh, but Eli never flinched. He smiled through criticism and let his play do the talking. Fans saw themselves in his quiet resilience. When he walked off the field for the last time, the standing ovation said it all. He wasn't just their quarterback, he was their hero. New York didn't just respect Eli, they loved him. Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan gave Atlanta everything. Through heartbreaks and highs, he stood tall, dependable, and unshakably loyal. Fans loved his calm precision and how he carried the franchise through its best era. He turned the Falcons into consistent contenders and led them to a Super Bowl that, despite the collapse, showcased his greatness. Ryan wasn't brash, he was steady, the kind of leader fans trusted. His work ethic, humility, and connection with the city made him more than a quarterback. He was the face of Atlanta football for over a decade, always showing up, always fighting. Falcons fans didn't just cheer for Matt Ryan, they believed in him. Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton was a one-man highlight reel wrapped in charisma. Fans loved him because he played with pure joy, dabbing, smiling, and handing every touchdown ball to a kid in the stands. He made football in Carolina fun again. When he took the Panthers to 15 wins and a Super Bowl appearance, he became a symbol of swagger and confidence. His blend of power, grace, and leadership made him feel superhuman. Cam wasn't afraid to be different, and that authenticity resonated deeply. He gave the franchise its greatest moments and made Sundays feel electric. Even years later, fans still wear his jersey proudly. Cam Newton didn't just play for Carolina, he energized it. Buffalo Bills. Bruce Smith was Buffalo's unstoppable force. Fans loved how he represented the grit and heart of their city. He wasn't just dominant, he was dependable year after year, game after game. Every sack felt like a statement that small market Buffalo could stand toe-to-toe with anyone. Through 4 straight Super Bowl runs, he remained the cornerstone of hope. His loyalty to the team and work ethic earned endless respect. Smith didn't need to talk big. His play did it for him. Even now, decades later, he's still the standard for what it means to be a Bill. Tough, consistent, and all heart. Los Angeles Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson was the definition of class and greatness. Chargers fans adored him because he made the impossible look easy. Every Sunday, he gave them touchdowns, elegance, and humility. He wasn't just a running back. He was poetry in motion, cutting through defenses like a surgeon. Fans loved how he celebrated with grace, always putting the team first. His 2006 MVP season still feels like magic. In San Diego, LT wasn't just a player. He was a hero who gave a struggling franchise its golden years. His impact reached beyond football. He inspired kids to dream and fans to believe that greatness could come quietly, with dignity. Houston Texans. J.J. Watt didn't just play in Houston, he built it back up. Fans loved him because he gave everything, every play, every down. He was fierce on the field and compassionate off it. During Hurricane Harvey, he raised millions for relief, proving he was more than just an athlete. His dominance was unmatched. 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and countless memories of him swatting passes or crushing quarterbacks. But it was his heart that defined him. Texans fans saw him as family, not just a star. Watt represented resilience, strength, and hope. In Houston, no one will ever wear 99 again without remembering what it stood for. New York Jets. Joe Namath was swagger before swagger existed. Fans loved him because he made the Jets matter. His guarantee before Super Bowl III wasn't arrogance. It was confidence personified, and he backed it up. Namath brought showmanship to a franchise that needed belief. His fur coats, charisma, and charm made him a star, but his connection with New York made him a legend. He wasn't perfect, but he was authentic. Broadway Joe gave the city a hero who could talk the talk and walk the walk. For Jets fans, he's eternal proof that sometimes belief alone can change history. Jacksonville Jaguars. Maurice Jones. Drew was small in stature, but enormous in heart. Fans loved how he ran like he had something to prove on every play. He carried the offense through tough years, always fighting for extra yards and refusing to quit. His energy was infectious, his loyalty unshakable. MJD wasn't just productive, he was proud to be a Jaguar when others weren't. He made Jacksonville exciting again, becoming the face of their fight. Fans adored his humility and personality just as much as his play. He didn't need flash, just determination. For Jags fans, MJD will always be the little giant who made them believe again. Tennessee Titans. Bruce Matthews was the quiet legend who never stopped working. Fans loved him because he played every position, every snap, and never complained. 19 seasons, 14 Pro Bowls, he was consistency incarnate. In an ever-changing league, Matthews was a constant. His toughness and leadership defined the Oilers and Titans eras. Fans admired his blue-collar mentality. He never chased fame, just excellence. He blocked for generations of teammates and made everyone better. Matthews embodied everything Tennessee values: loyalty, grit, and humility. His number 74 wasn't just a jersey. It was a symbol of perfection through persistence. Washington Commanders. Darrell Green was proof that greatness doesn't fade. It endures. Fans loved him for his speed, but they cherished him for his heart. At 5 feet 9 inches, he defied every expectation. Outlasting players bigger and younger for 2 decades, he was loyal through eras, winning 2 Super Bowls and representing Washington with grace. His humility made him approachable, his longevity made him legendary. Even late in his career, when most corners were retired, Green was still running down receivers like it was nothing. Fans respected his faith, his character, and his leadership. To Washington, Darrell Green isn't just remembered, he's revered. Arizona Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald was the definition of class. Fans loved him because he carried the Cardinals through highs and lows with quiet dignity. He caught everything, led by example, and never caused drama. His sportsmanship, consistency, and loyalty made him the heartbeat of Arizona football. Whether chasing impossible sideline catches or helping opponents off the ground, Fitzgerald embodied respect. He stayed through rebuilds and heartbreaks when he could have left. Cardinals fans saw him as more than a receiver. He was their symbol of pride. Even after retirement, his presence looms over the team like a legacy carved in gold. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Derek Brooks was Tampa's moral compass. Fans adored him because he led with humility and played with fire. As the anchor of their legendary defense, he never took a play off. He read offenses like a book and hit like lightning. Brooks was the heart of their Super Bowl run, the quiet leader who made everyone better. Off the field, he was just as impressive, devoted to the community, and known for his grace. Fans admired his discipline and example, a rare combination of power and poise. In Tampa Bay, Brooks isn't just remembered as a linebacker, he's remembered as the foundation. Los Angeles Rams. Aaron Donald turned dominance into an art form. Fans loved him because he played every snap like it was personal. He's undersized for his position, yet unstoppable against anyone who dares to block him. Donald's power, technique, and relentlessness made him one of the most feared defenders in history, but fans also love his humility. No showboating, no trash talk, just quiet destruction. He gave the Rams their defensive identity and helped bring home a Super Bowl. Every time he broke through a double team, the crowd roared with pride. Donald didn't just lead the Rams, he defined them. Cincinnati Bengals. Anthony Munoz was everything a franchise could hope for in a leader. Fans loved him for his grace, dominance, and kindness. He protected quarterbacks for over a decade and became the face of the Bengals' best years. On the field, he was a wall. Off it, a gentleman. His loyalty to Cincinnati never wavered, even through tough seasons. Munoz represented excellence without ego. Fans saw him as their standard of integrity, a Hall of Famer who stayed humble and approachable. His presence still looms large in the city, not just as a legend, but as a symbol of what it means to love your team. If you like this video, consider watching this next one, which YouTube thinks you are going to really love.